Nick, we'll start with you. I know you've been living in Galway for the past number of years, CEO of the Galway United Soccer Club, but you still day trade at all yourself? And
I still do, yeah. It's one of those passions, I suppose, that will never leave me.
You like dabble in the markets every day. I mean, is it hard to to ignore it? Or?
Well, it's hard to ignore it. It's you know, it was certainly where I spent a large period of my life. So you still keep an eye on the financial markets, see where they are, and if you see an opportunity, you like to try and exploit it. I wouldn't suggest that I day trade or I trade on a daily basis, but it's it's looking for that opportunity.
Well, bearing in mind what you do now at Galway United, it's probably a nice distraction to look at day trading, because the soccer business it's a dangerous financial one right now, and you've had your say in it in the last week. Sure,
I mean, it's out of the frying pan into the fire, I think, from the financial markets to football. You know, I don't think that was what I was trying to do when I made the career change when I came back from Singapore and came to Ireland. But you know, it's a hard place to work at the moment.
But you're blaming the banks as well for the situation that football finds itself in.
I think the story that made its way into the papers this week was misrepresented slightly. Yes. I think the banks have a lot of questions to answer for society's woes at the moment, especially in this country. I think it's far more dramatic than any other country that you see around Europe, and it's very difficult to find an equal anywhere anywhere in the world. And I think, you know, the irresponsible and excessive lending that's gone on over the last 8 to 10 years is the reason for the difficulties that the country faces at the moment.
Well, you're on our couch today because you're involved in a seminar next week, giving tips to people on how to manage their investments. When you say that to people, do you ever get them kind of chuckling at you, saying, you know, are you the best person to be advising anyone?
Well, that's it. Sometimes when you do a dinner and you stand up and you start talking, the front few seats are empty because you know, they don't want to get caught with any of the tips that you're going to give. I don't give tips. Peter will do that, and Peter will explain the ways that people can profit from trading. The big thing for me is about empowerment. Throughout my life, I suppose I've had, you know, different life experiences. One of them was a serious illness when I was in Singapore. The other is obviously, you know, the demise of Barings Bank and a lot of the bad decisions that I made then. And you know, it's my own personal belief that the two industries are fairly similar. You know, they're shrouded in a little bit of mystery, and there's no reason that they should be. And I suppose the wake-up moment for me was when I did get ill. You know, I knew nothing about colon cancer, and I had to go and empower myself. I had to go and learn about it, and I had to start to understand it. And if you don't do that, you can't challenge what's going on. And I think it's the same with the world of finance. You need to, right now, you've seen over the last few years that the traditional forms of investment, be that through a stockbroker or a fund manager, are probably not the best ways to go. You know, the shortcomings have been highlighted in all of the financial newspapers, the TV and whatever. And so if you are going to invest, you need to empower yourself with that knowledge and information to be able to do so.
So it's all about doing it yourself. And Peter, this is where we want to bring you in here. This seminar next week is all about getting everyone out there who's money, because there is, what, 86 billion euro on deposit in this country?
85 billion euro worth of wealth on deposit in the country, yeah.
So you want to get people out there spending it?
Well, we want to give people a message. And the message is that prediction as a form of investment is flawed. Nobody has a crystal ball, and unfortunately most of the investment industry, stockbroking and managing your pension, is based upon prediction. Professional traders don't make money predicting. They make money out of the market by trading price action. We don't believe in prediction at all, and we actually believe that anyone who's charging you a commission is actually a salesperson, and their interest is turnover. The other thing that we believe is that smart money never reaches the street. So if you get a tip or you get a recommendation, that's not going to be a smart money deal. It'll never get down that far. So people need to educate themselves, one, about the flaws in the traditional market, and then through the seminar on Thursday, we're going to teach them what an edge is. And professional traders get money out of the market by having an edge over the market, which is smart money. And myself and Nick are going to talk on Thursday morning in the Burlington, and I'm going to show people what an edge is and how you can actually learn it. So the Institute runs a range of courses, from an introductory course, which is to just give people a deeper understanding of what the financial markets are all about, blow some of the myths that are around about stock picking in particular. And then just if people have an interest, a strong interest in the markets, we can bring them along to an advanced course where we can teach them some of the trades that we'd actually take.
Well, there's 85 billion, as you say, that's there on deposit, but the people who might be, it might be an accumulative amount, but there are people who are just sitting on 5,000, 10,000, and for them that's life savings. Is there a place for them at your seminar?
Yeah, there is. They don't need any money outside of the cost of the course coming to us. We'll teach them how to take points out of the market, points out of equity plays, points out of foreign exchange plays, points out of commodity plays. If they're confident, and we're confident, that they can do that on a consistent basis, then they can start to put money against those plays. The great advantage now is technology in terms of spread trading platforms. You can trade in tiny amounts. You can start with €500. You can return, it's tax-free. Typically you can return about 4% on your capital a month. The misnomer is about traders. Traders are extraordinarily risk averse. We hate risk. So typically we'd never expose more than 2% of our capital to the market at any one time. The market is fantastic at taking people's capital away. 85% of investors lose money because the infrastructure of the market has to be paid for. So traders, believe it or not, are very, very anti-risk. So we would expose only 2% of our capital to the market, and we're looking for trades that give us 2, 3, 4 times that return per trade.
Okay, the seminar next Thursday in the Burlington Hotel. It's free to come along. Nick, you'll be giving everyone the tricks, the secrets.
I'll be telling a few stories. I promise no tips.
Well,
No
bearing in mind how you became famous,
Stop
you
saying
probably
bearing in mind.
I need to stop saying bearing, don't I? Yes. You know what to avoid.
And they need to register. Go to the website, the Irish Institute Financial Trading website, IIFT.ie. Register there, and we'll give them a confirmation that they're invited. It's limited to 400, and it's filling up quite.
So act fast,
well.
folks.
Okay, well listen, thank you both so much for coming on the show this morning. Pleasure to meet you both.
Thank you indeed.
Up next, I'll be taking a trip to Airfield to see how our allotment is coming along. That's in just a couple of minutes. It's week 5 in our gardening series, and this week I paid a visit to our allotment in Airfield to see how our own grown lunch is doing, and also to find out about growing herbs indoors. Welcome back to Airfield. We haven't been here for a couple of weeks, Emer.
No, we missed you last week.
I took a day off, and she's very good with sarcasm. She didn't miss me that much. Well, we've come back, and it really has prospered in the last couple of weeks, isn't it?
It's that lovely little bit of heat we've had.
Yeah.
We've had great rain, and then we've had lovely heat, so everything has just bounced out of the ground.
You see, now I'm looking at this, and I'm seeing lots of growth here. Other things that look to be struggling, but you're saying we really don't have anything to worry about.
No, because some things are slower than others. Like this is little oloroso lettuce.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, that's edible at that stage. You know?
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, that's just a tiny little lettuce plant, you know. So there you go. Have a bite.
Hang on. Is this